Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, hello miss. My name is Aulian Cahyani and my friend.
My name is Sarah Rafida Fajriani.
Now we are going to share our opinion about innovative learning that was we discussed in our meeting before, and now the first slide will presented by Sarah.
Okay, the first material is cooperative learning. Teaching method where students work in small structured groups to achieve a shared learning goal. Each member of the group has a specific role or responsibility, ensuring that all students actively participate and contribute. This method not only improves academic understanding but also develops teamwork, communication, and social skills. And the next slide is about key principle of cooperative learning. The first is positive interdependence. Each group member depends on and supports one another to succeed. Example, a task where everyone must complete their role for the group to finish the assignment. And the second point is individual accountability. Each student is accountable for their contribution. The group cannot succeed unless everyone participates. And the third point is face-to-face interaction. Students work together directly, sharing ideas and encouraging each other. The fourth point is interpersonal and social skills. Students develop skills such as communication, decision-making, and conflict resolution. And the last point is group processing. Group evaluate their performance to improve teamwork and efficiency for future tasks. Next slide. The next slide about example of cooperative learning in English lesson. The topic is writing a narrative story, and the objective is student will collaboratively write a short narrative story and present it to the class. The class level is middle school or grade 8. And the steps of the cooperative learning is, the first is introduction. Teacher explain the structure of a narrative story, like orientation, complication, and resolution. And the next, teacher outlines the task, like write a 3-paragraph short story as a group. And the teacher can give 10 minutes for student to answer. And the next step is forming groups in the example in 5 minutes. The first step is divide the class into small group of 4 or 5 students, and the next is assign specific roles to each student, like leader, writer, editor, presenter, and timekeeper. The leader ensures everyone contribute and stay on task. The writer records the group's ideas in writing, and the editor checks grammar, spelling, and clarity. The presenter reads the story aloud to the class, and the timekeeper keeps track of time and ensures the task is complete. And the next step is task. In task can give 30 minutes. Each group brainstorm ideas for their story, example, setting, character, or plot. And the next, student collaboratively create the story with each role actively participating. And the next, teacher moves between groups, offering guidance and ensuring everyone is engaged. And the next is presentation on 10 minutes. Each group present their story to the class, and the audience, other student, can ask questions or provide feedback. And the last step is reflection and evaluation on 5 minutes. In this reflection, group can reflect on their teamwork, like what went well, what could be improved, and teacher provide feedback on both the story and group dynamic. Next. And this of benefits of this lesson is, the first is language skill. Student practice writing, speaking, and listening. The second is critical thinking, encourage creativity and problem solving. And the third is teamwork, develop collaboration and responsibility. And the fourth is active engagement, ensures all students are involved and contributing. And the next material will be presented by Aulia.
So the next slide is project-based learning. As we know, project-based learning is a student-centered learning method where students gain knowledge and skill by working on real-world project or problem-solving tasks over a certain period of time. The project is designed to answer a specific question or problem while integrating knowledge with critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and skill. So, project-based learning has become a popular and effective pedagogical approach in teaching English, particularly in fostering critical thinking, collaboration, and language skill. PBL centers around engaging students in real-world tasks or projects, encouraging them to apply their language knowledge in meaningful context. Project-based learning ini pun sudah sering dipakai dalam setiap mata perkuliahan juga. Tentunya karena sangat amat membantu guru untuk membuat siswanya menjadi lebih aktif dan juga bisa menyelesaikan masalahnya sendiri. Yang mana biasanya project-based learning ini tugasnya atau selama pembelajaran itu hasil akhirnya adalah suatu project. Entah itu nantinya project akhirnya adalah makalah ataupun pembuatan video. The next is advantages of PBL in teaching English. The first one, enhance engagement. I was found a research indicate that PBL increases student engagement by linking classroom learning to authentic tasks. For instance, a study by Thomas 2000 highlight that PBL encourage intrinsic motivation as students see the relevance of their tasks to real life situation. In English learning, projects such as creating a podcast or writing a newsletter allow students to use language naturally and purposefully. The next is improve language skill. Of course, PBL provide sample opportunities for students to develop their speaking, writing, listening, and reading skill. A study by Beckett and Slater 2005 found that English learners involved in PBL demonstrated improved fluency and accuracy in their language use compared to those in traditional learning setting. And the third is collaboration and communication. PBL align well with 21st century skill like teamwork and communication. Students often work in the group, which help them practice conversational English and resolve problems collaboratively. This dynamic mirrors authentic English use in real-world context. And number 4 is critical thinking and problem solving. So, by tackling complex tasks, students develop critical thinking and problem-solving abilities. For example, a project requiring students to design a chapel brochure in English forced them to research, organize information, and use persuasive language, all higher order thinking skill. And the last is customizable and inclusive. PBL can adapt to various proficiency level and interests. For instance, advanced learner might create a short film, while beginner could work on simple tasks like a visual vocabulary journey. The next is challenges and consideration. The first one, challenges and consideration from PBL, is time constraint. Teacher may find it challenging to manage time effectively as PBL require more planning and classroom time than traditional method. The second is assessment difficulties. Evaluating individual contribution in group project can be complex. And the last is research intensive. Projects often require research that may not always be available, especially in underfunded school. So the conclusion and recommendation. So despite its challenges, PBL is a highly effective approach to teaching English. It not only improves language proficiency, but also equips students with essential life skills. Educators should embrace PBL while addressing its challenges by leveraging digital tools, breaking project into manageable steps, and developing class assessment kriteria. Jadi dari si PBL ini tuh sebenarnya sangat amat bisa digunakan dan sangat mudah digunakan juga, dan sangat membantu sekali untuk meningkatkan critical thinking siswa, lalu kerjasamanya siswa. Tapi sebagai guru juga kita harus memperhatikan project mana yang bisa kita kasih kepada murid dengan batas waktu yang ditentukan dari sekolah tersebut. So, here is our references. And that's all from us. Thank you so much for your attention, and sorry for many mistake in our discussion. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.